What's going on, you guys? There's a lot of car modifications you could do out there, and there's all kinds of different routes you could take. But this is more about people who really aren't into cars. Like, if you want to, for example, like I try to get friends, family into cars, and it catches their interest. And like, they see my cars, they see stuff I've done to other people's cars, so they're like, okay, like, what to do? Um, Usually people need stuff, I believe, like instant gratification stuff. Um, no, I'm not gonna tell them to a brake kit. I'm like, you put drilled slotted rotors on it, put ceramic carbon brake pads. That's it. There's nothing for them. They're gonna drive the car. They're like, oh, it brakes a little bit better, and that's it. You lose their attention. Um, I believe that you need stuff that has more gratification that they can see right ahead. Parts such as rims and tires changes the look of the car completely. Putting a catback exhaust system, even an axle back, just to give them that sound. That's what people want. They just want that instant, which also brings up like ricers. I'm like, that's the reason we have them. So they put cheap parts on them, and that's it. They just want some. As long as it looks different, that's enough for them. But I'm like, you still gotta be tasteful about stuff. Something like a lip kit, put a front lip on your car, same thing. It's gotta be tasteful, and that's all it's about. I'm like, you throw a lip on it, it's something different. You pull your car up next to, you have a Honda Civic, you pull up next to another Civic, they look different now. Little rims on it, front's a little bit different with a lip, it sounds different. Changing your headlights to, or not headlights, headlight bulbs to HID or LED now. Again, big difference. You're driving at night, you see a lot more. You pull up to your car while the lights are on, completely different look. A colder intake is again something that's simple to do, or not even cold air, short ram, anything, any intake modification. Simple to do, not that expensive. You notice it a little bit. Power wise, I'm like, I honestly don't think you'll notice it, but at least you can hear it. You can hear the intake action, you can hear the suction. Again, that is instant gratification stuff. It's something that you can take a new person to cars, take them to their engine bay, teach them how to change the intake system. It's cheap enough, it's quick enough, it's something they could do themselves that you can help them or teach them with, and they're able to notice the difference right ahead. And that's what it's about. That's why I'm saying something like changing their headlight bulbs to HID. It's because it takes 5-10 minutes to install. You can teach them it, they see it, they put it on, they turn on the headlights, instant. Wow, I like my car more. Lip, a little bit more work, still not that expensive. I'm like, if you buy a decent, like, go get an eBay lip for now, like $150. Don't buy something super cheap. But I'm like, get something a little bit nicer. You put it on there, you bolt it on. Guess what? You've taught them how to put a lip on. It's simple to do. It changes the look of the car completely. Then that's where I believe slow modifications start from them. That's where I believe you can start a passion with somebody about cars and modifying. It's that you show them how to do it, you teach them how to do it, even if it's something as small as installing headlight bulbs, that it can start a passion for them. It could spark that fire, and you know what? From there, next mod. I'm like, oh, you know, a year from now they're throwing a turbo kit on it, a supercharger kit. They're dropping their car in some coilovers or even bags nowadays. But I believe to get somebody into the car scene, if they're interested in it, it's that instant gratification modifications. Instant gratification modification. That's something that's kind of weird to say. But I'm like, there's also stuff like interior. You could do LED interior lights. It changes your car look completely, interior. I'm like, coming from yellow bulbs inside to you open your car, it's a lot brighter, it's white. changing out your head unit. I'm like I just said, smaller mods like that with just a big change, something that you'll notice right ahead, and something that you'll be happy about. Especially if you teach them, or they do it themselves, or you do it yourself. Even if this is just for you, that you're gonna get in your car, you're gonna look at your car and go like, I did that. There's, again, like I said in the beginning, I'm like, there's stuff like brake kits. Like, that's, for me, it's one of the first mods I do, because I don't look for that instant gratification, because I know where I'm going already. But I go brake kit right ahead. I'm like, I drive my car pretty hard. I like to take it out to the hills. I don't need that brake fade. That's the reason for that. But that's a whole different list of modification reasoning. And I don't want to get into that right now. You ever try to get yours? If you're trying to get into modifying cars, or you're trying to get your friends into it, family, whatever it is, I say that's where you start off. Anything that you'd notice right ahead that you can do yourself and kind of be proud of, huge. It's huge. Honestly, that's kind of why I got into cars. Was I really honestly didn't care for cars when I was a teenager. I'm like, I like them, but that was about it. I'm like, modifying them, I like seeing them, all this, but there was never anything that I actually wanted to do. I would have been fine driving around with a basic stock car. But then it was my uncle took me, what did we end up? I think first very mod I did with him on my personal car, I think, was an intake. And that changed it. I was like, wow. I'm like, we put an intake in this car. I could hear it. Made a big difference. And mentally, I thought it was faster. But that said, it was that. It was that you're getting your hands dirty. You're going under your hood. You're doing it yourself. And it just felt good. And that's why this passion continues for me. And that's why I continue looking for new cars to work on. And then once I kind of get to a point where I'm like, you know what, this is it for this car. Get rid of it. Next car. I'm like, and it just keeps going. Understand, people are like, oh, it's a car's money pit. You never get a return in your investment. But it's better that I'm doing this and enjoying what I'm doing and being able to see what I do all the time and kind of just enjoy it, and other people enjoy it. I'm like, last night I went through a drive-through, pulled up, got in drive-through. Oh man, dude, this is a sick BMW. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, stuff like that makes it well worth it. It's better that I do this than go out there, I don't know, spending money on drugs, going to a strip club, gambling. I don't know. For me, I'd rather spend my money doing this. I'm like, there's no return investment doing any of that either. I'd rather invest my money and not get anything back in return, or maybe make money off of it doing this. Again, kind of different video, but this isn't for your hardcore tuners. I'm like, people are going to be like, oh yeah, but you got to go, you put LSD in it, change out your tires for this, you got to do this, that, intake, forget that, weight reduction, coilovers, this, that. I'm like, no, this isn't. This is for people that just want to get into cars, want to start learning about cars. Start simple. Start with stuff that you're capable of doing, and that you'll notice a difference. Something that you'll continue to look at your car and continue that passion for you. That's what I said. As much as my first mod always is brakes, but that doesn't work for everybody else. You're never gonna notice a difference. You're not going to see the difference. And if it's a daily drive car, you're not going to really feel the difference. Because brake pads and rotors don't help the car slow down that much more. Unlike what a lot of people think. It's actually your tires that grips onto the road that creates the shorter distance of braking and how well your suspension is. Pads and rotors don't do much more. Pads and rotors are more about how much heat it can withstand and how much brake fade you're getting and how well it can cool itself. That way you don't get that brake fade. But that's it. That's a whole different story, and that's for a whole different video. That's pretty much it. Again, rims, tires, HID lights, interior lights, intake exhaust, head unit, speakers, subwoofer, simple stuff like that you'll notice on a daily basis when you look at your car or drive your car. will do wonders for you. It's all pretty cheap to do, nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty much all of it you could do yourself. You could learn wiring. It's a great way to get started. I'll see you guys again on the next video. Alright, bye.